Hi, this is Carl, and today I want to talk about the Small Biz Thoughts technology community, and in particular, team memberships. When it makes sense to buy each of the team memberships. What are the ways that you can engage your team? The easiest one, and this is really good for really small IT service providers, is to buy one membership and try to share it with your team. That only works to a point. Here's what I mean. First of all, one membership gets you access to all of my books, seminars, all of the recordings, the downloads, the checklists, all the books in all the formats, right? And you get to log into our community, participate in the forums, ask questions, join our meetings every Thursday, go to members-only events. But it's limited to one login at a time. And if you only have one login, everybody shows up as you. So if you trust your employees, that's great. They can log in, they can make comments on the forums, they can ask questions and so forth, but it's going to look like you. All right. Now, we also have classes over at IT Service Provider University. I own IT Service Provider University, so I've just given all the members of the Small Biz Thoughts technology community full access to the classes over at ITSPU. Here's what that means. We have 26 classes, so if you have one logon, you have $10,000 worth of training available at ITSPU. So that's a spectacular deal no matter how you look at it. But if you share your logon, one of your employees logs on as you. And so they can take a class, but it goes on your transcript, not their transcript. So what we've done is made it easy. You can buy an additional class for ITSPU for $99. Your employee just needs to use the code that's available in the dashboard. Take it over to itspU.com, log in, and they can sign up as themselves and build their own transcript over at ITSPU. It does cost something extra, but not that much. You know, if you figure they'll take maybe 10 classes a year, which is all of our live classes, yeah, it does cost some money. It's still less than an additional membership. It may be easier to just buy them a membership. If they're really going to go take all the classes, you will save money by buying a second membership at smallbizthoughts.org. Now, if you have 3 employees or 3 total people that are going to log in and share, well, it's still probably worth it to get 3 individual licenses if they're all going to really take advantage of the training over at ITSPU. Now, here's what happens if you have a team. By team, I simply mean that you've got 4 or more people who need logons. And what we do is we have a team membership. A team membership allows you to have up to 10 people with the same domain email log into the system, access all the resources at smallbizthoughts.org, participate in the community, be in our forums, whatever. Just do everything that anybody can do inside the community, and they can also take all the classes they need to over at IT Service Provider University. The beauty of a team membership is that you manage it. So let's say you have, 8 people on your team. You put in their names and their email addresses, they get an invitation, they click through, they set themselves up, they manage their account, it's all good. Now let's just say that somebody, gets married, moves off and moves to another country, whatever. You're going to replace that person. You manage that login. So you remove one login for the person who left and you add a login for the person who joined. You manage all of that. So let's say that you have 20 employees and you only want to have 10 of them in the system. Totally cool. You would just choose which 10 can log in at any time and participate and get the benefits. Now, the other big thing that I do with teams that I don't do with anybody else If you want to meet even once a month with your entire team, I want to work with you and help you figure out the best way for you to take advantage of all of the training and all of the resources over at smallbizthoughts.org. We have one company we're working with where they basically divided up into 3 different groups, and we're going through classes together over at ITSPU. Another company I'm working with is going through certain elements of the resources together. So they're looking at the roadmap for hiring, for example, and sort of doing a work group focused on hiring and redoing their entire job specs and so forth. There's a lot of resources around that. We've got a roadmap specifically for hiring, and they as a group are going through that together. And I just meet with them once a month just to kind of help them answer questions, point out resources they may have missed, and so forth. It's kind of like a light version of coaching, and it's certainly not free, but for $32.99, they're getting a really good deal, and they're getting a little more attention than they would otherwise get. I also am very open to having people who have team memberships get together in a user group. I don't want to do a lot of work around this, but I'll be happy to facilitate having you meet each other and go create your own little group. The community exists to do things like that. So if you are joined as a team and you're interested in meeting other team members, please let me know and I'll be happy to make that introduction. Now, where the real big benefit comes in is education. I make a pretty big deal about the fact that 10 years ago, you could not have hired anybody who had 10 years experience in managed services, right? In 2013, there were 0 people who had 10 years experience as a service manager with the service model of managed services. There were 0 people who were an office manager with 10 years experience. There were 0 administrative assistants, 0 technicians, right? Nobody on your team had 10 years experience because the business model hadn't existed that long. Today, you can hire people with 10 years experience. But unfortunately, they're really hard to find and they're really expensive. So this is a great time to grow your own when it comes to training people for managed services. IT Service Provider University is focused 100% on the managed service business model and helping you to grow your employees so that they understand the business model. We have 5 different pathways for service technicians, service managers, owners and managers in general, salespeople, and front office. So let's say you want to tune up your front office team. Well, that's cool. You can send your office manager and all of your administrative assistants to IT Service Provider University. We have specific classes lined out for them, whether that is QuickBooks Online or, understanding the basic business model. Those folks can be certified in all of those technologies related to running an IT business with the managed service business model. And if you have a team membership, all of them can be included in that. They each get their own logon at ITSPU. They each get their own transcript, and they can each earn individual certifications, including if they pass 5 exams within a specific pathway, they can become a certified specialist within that area of managed services. And the same is true for your technicians and your salespeople and marketing and so forth. So this is a great way for you to spend a reasonably small amount of money and get a massive amount of training for your entire team. And again, if you buy the team membership, I will work with you to help lay out which exams your people should take and in which order. Some of them can take classes together. Others will be working completely on their own. Doesn't matter. We'll just build a little spreadsheet and we'll say, you do this and then this and then this. We have 26 classes to choose from, so if they don't need QuickBooks Online, maybe QuickBooks Desktop is for them. If they don't need one class on business strategy, maybe another one will do the trick. Certainly, all of the technicians need to understand standard operating procedures, managed services business model, cloud services, and so forth. We focus completely on the business side of running your IT business. And so if you want your team to actually understand what they're doing and, to be honest, understand each other's jobs so that they get why it all fits together like a big, beautiful puzzle with 26 pieces, you can get all of that at IT Service Provider University. You know, one of the big questions that always gets asked is, well, what if I spend all that money on training and they leave? And I would just counter with, what if you don't train them and they stay? That's always the question on training. Training is always worthwhile, and whether you're an individual or a team, this is a killer combo between Small Biz Thoughts Technology Community and IT Service Provider University. Again, the home for everything is smallbizthoughts.org, and if you go to join.smallbizthoughts.org, scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll have 3 nice options. You can do a monthly option, but really what you want to do is do the annual program. You save the most amount of money. You always are going to get a massive amount of content no matter what you do. One membership gets you the entire $10,000 worth of training over at ITSPU. The team membership saves you even more if you use it. And I'll be honest, if you're not going to use it or you're not sure, get one membership, put your toes in the water, take a few classes, and then say, holy smokes, I just need all my people to do this. You know, those classes are $399, so it literally takes 3 classes and your membership is paid for. And if you think about training your entire team, it really is a spectacular deal. If you have any questions at all, go to the website, fill out the form, send me a note. I'd be happy to talk to you. I'm also available, of course. Just email carlp@smallbizthoughts.com and I will be happy to get back to you. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in class, online, and in our regular weekly meetings at the Small Biz Thoughts Technology Community. For Small Biz Thoughts, this is Carl Palachuk, wishing you the best of luck in everything you do.